Hey, I'm doing a pruning video. It's not a how-to video because I'm an amateur. These grapes were planted a year ago, so I have to go through a few seasons before I understand how to truly do this correctly. Not all of my vines have completely dropped their leaves. This Camminare Noir, all of the leaves are gone, but the Blanc du Bois still have leaves on them, so I'm going to do them as the leaves drop completely on some of these. I don't want to do them all at once, so it's time to get started on a few of them. Again, I'm an amateur. I'm just kind of trying to figure this out. I have grapes all over the property, but my vines that are on this wire trellis system, I'm going to try to focus on spur pruning, and then some of the other ones will be a mixture of spur and cane, because I have a lot of different trellis systems, not always systems. Sometimes I just have a stake in the ground. So you can watch. This is what I'm doing. I may do some things wrong, but I'm going to get a feel for it over the next few seasons. I won't be doing a lot of narration, but a little bit here and there of just what I'm doing and why I'm in. Some will just be me pruning with no narration at all, and time will tell what comes of it in the spring with bud break and hopefully with grapes in the season. Alright, so this is my noble muscadine. I'm not going to do really much at all to it except for get rid of this one vine here, because I want it to grow that way and only that way. I don't want it interfering with this Camminare Noir. So I'm going to get rid of this. Just get rid of it. It's entangled, as these things do, and I'm just going to have one vine going this way, and that's it. Oh, let me get rid of this too, maybe down to here, just in case I need a backup. I'll keep that. So now, one vine. Maybe I can make a cutting out of that. Can always get rid of this next year if I want to. Because I don't have a lot of potential for spurs on this side. It's really slim on this side. So I'm going to mostly leave it alone. Alright, it's mid-February and most of my grapes have dropped their leaves. Except for the Blanc du Bois, both of them still have leaves. And I'm not sure if we're going to get the cold weather it takes for these to drop. So I'm going to give it until the 15th. And then I'm just gonna prune them. This one is doing it. This 3-year-old plant, and this one still, well, it lost most of them, but it's not really dormant. Never actually went. It just lost a lot of leaves. It's not thriving. It's not growing. Everything else lost all of their leaves. So that's a new one for me for this variety. Maybe that's how it works down here, too warm. But that's okay. I think they'll be back. We'll try it. Quick summary then of our pruning. Here's the noble muscadine. All I did was clip a couple of sticks off of it. Very little had to be done. It's so new. They're all new. Here's the Camminare Noir. Quite a bit of pruning on this side. And then didn't end up with too many potential spurs on this side. Just cleaned it up. Ambulo Blanc. Quite a bit of pruning, almost like it's been here for a long time, but it's only the first year. Black Spanish, almost nothing. Clipped a couple of twigs off. Blanc du Bois. Had to trim off some green leaves, and looks like I got some pretty good spurs first year. Lomanto. Did almost zero to it because it did almost zero this year in the wave growth. Let's see how it goes. The other Blanc du Bois, fair bit of trimming of some still green leaves. More on this side, a little on this side. Champanel, I did a lot of trimming, pulled off a lot of old stuff, and left with one original sort of cordon coming up, and then this new one that came up last year I left it, so it may hopefully have some new structure to this plant after a few years here. I have two new muscadines. I have a haul, and I have a late fry here. And I might have these backwards, but really they're brand new, so this doesn't really count with the pruning except for just getting them ready. I want to see what leaves come up before I really do some pruning in the spring. So it doesn't quite count, but they're here. And I did do a little bit of trimming on them. New from ices. And here's the Cowart muscadine. Once again, did almost nothing. All I did was make sure this one cordon is secured nicely to this deck rail. And that's it. Cowart muscadine. I got this other lomanto on the other side of the house. Again, did very little with it. Just leaving it alone. Couple of skinny cordons maybe this year. Then wrapping things up, I got this Catawba going up this pole and then wrapped around this guardrail here. Finally, this other pole has Champanel, and what do you know, before this pruning video is even done, we have some bud break. Look at that. Only February. It's the end of February. This happened last year, but amazing how early it's happening. For this one plant anyway. I'm sure the others will follow soon.